This video provides a quick overview of the tools and features provided by both the Vulnerability Management and Asset View applications that allow you to view, manage, and organize host assets within your Qualys subscription. Both Qualys VM and Asset View provide features and services for viewing host assets and asset details. They both provide the capability to search or query your host asset inventory to quickly identify and view host assets you wish to act upon. And for more effective asset management, they both provide a mechanism for grouping and labeling host assets within your subscription. We'll begin our overview inside the Vulnerability Management application before moving on to Qualys Asset View. Some of the topics and discussions in this overview will be addressed in greater detail in the videos that follow. We'll begin in the Qualys Vulnerability Management application. As we saw earlier, the Host Assets tab contains all of the host assets in your Vulnerability Management subscription. Here, each host asset is identified by its assigned tracking method, IP address, relevant host names, and installed operating system. To view more information about any host, simply click its information icon. For a different view or perspective of these assets, click the Applications tab. Here you'll find a comprehensive list of all the software applications discovered on the host assets in your subscription. Remember, scans must be performed in authenticated mode to produce a list of installed software applications. Use the search fields to find a specific application or filter the application list by asset group or IP address. Download an application list into a CSV file. The Ports and Services tab provides the same function as the Applications tab, only for host services rather than applications. The OS tab provides a breakdown of the operating systems discovered on host assets in your VM subscription. And the Certificates tab identifies the certificates installed on the same host assets. Here you can quickly identify host assets with expired certificates or other certificate issues that may need to be addressed. If you would like to run a custom query against your host asset inventory, click the Asset Search tab. You'll first need to select the host assets your query will target using any asset group, asset tag, or IP address range. A commonly used target is the asset group All, which contains all host assets in your subscription. Once you've selected a search target, you can then build your query using the available attributes. I'll construct a query to find all host assets that haven't been scanned in 90 days. A query of this type can potentially reveal inactive or retired host assets. Once I've constructed my query, my options are run a search, or I can use the criteria in my query to create an asset tag to help me label and identify my potentially inactive hosts. We'll look for this tag later in the Asset View application. One method for organizing the host assets in your account can be found under the Asset Groups tab. Asset groups commonly reflect an organization's geographic and network boundaries, device types and operating systems, system priority or criticality, asset ownership, or any other type of physical or logical grouping that defines the host assets in your organization. Asset groups are created and updated manually, which is very different than the asset tags we'll discuss in the next section. For now, simply understand that asset groups are created here in the Vulnerability Management application, and they provide a way to group the host assets in your subscription into manageable units that can then be used as targets for scanning, reporting, and other activities. We'll take a much closer look at asset groups in the Asset Groups video that follows. We'll now take a look at the tools and features provided by Qualys Asset View to help you manage your asset inventory. Qualys Asset View is a core component of the Qualys Cloud Platform, where you can view the host assets in your VM subscription, as well as assets from other Qualys applications and modules. Here under the Asset View Assets tab, you'll find some of the same information we saw earlier, such as the asset name and its associated operating system. But because AssetView is a central repository for multiple Qualys applications, you'll also find a column for each asset's licensed application modules. The Tags column identifies each asset's associated asset tags. Since most of the tags are dynamic in nature, the tags displayed in this column can potentially change over time as changes are made to its host system. All Cloud Agent host assets are automatically labeled with a Cloud Agent tag. Additional asset information and details can be displayed by selecting View Asset Details from any asset's Quick Actions menu. In addition to the asset summary, most assets will provide a list of open ports and installed software applications. Depending on the application modules licensed for any asset, the rest of the details available may include vulnerability findings, real-time threats associated with the vulnerability findings, compliance findings, file integrity events, indications of compromise, and any alerts generated by other Qualys applications. Please note that file integrity monitoring and indication of compromise are exclusively Cloud Agent applications. FIM and IOC details are only available for agent host assets. The search field here at the top of the Assets tab allows you to query your entire asset inventory from a single location. The help icon at the right end of the search field will provide you with some quick lessons on how to search, including syntax requirements for string matching, range and date searches, using Boolean operators, building nested queries, and more. Click to view the navigation pane, where you can view a comprehensive list of all asset search fields, along with descriptions and examples. For this demonstration, I'll perform a search to find assets running a Windows-based operating system. Notice that as I begin to type operating system, Interactive Help provides a list of the search fields that contain the characters I have typed, along with a description and syntax examples of the search parameters. Using the character string windows, my asset inventory results set is quickly updated to show all Windows-based host assets. With a small adjustment, I can change the original query to focus on a specific operating system version. Logical or Boolean operators allow me to combine multiple conditions into a single query. Any query you create can be saved for later use. Or use your query to create a dashboard widget. You'll find your saved searches here. I'll use one of my saved searches to create a widget. Widgets display the results of AssetView queries using the available graphic options. There's the Count widget, Table widget, Bar Chart widget, and Pie Chart widget. Widgets are saved to AssetView dashboards, which are comprised of one or more widgets that instantly and graphically provide different views and abstractions of your AssetView inventory. The Qualys AssetView and Threat Protection self-paced training course provides numerous illustrations and examples of creating and using dashboard widgets. Asset tags provide another mechanism for grouping or labeling your assets. Expand the asset group's hierarchy to find a matching tag for every asset group added to your account. The inactive tag, the one I created earlier from within the Vulnerability Management application, can be found here in the Asset Search Tags hierarchy. Any tag created using VM's Asset Search will initially be placed in the Asset Search Tags hierarchy. To better illustrate its nested design structure, I'll expand the operating system asset tag hierarchy. Parent tags in this nested structure are associated with a broader range of host assets than their child tags, which are more specific and associated with a smaller subset of host assets. Notice that the Windows tag in this hierarchy plays both the parent and child role. When asset tags are used as scanning or reporting targets, this nested structure makes it easier to identify and select the appropriate scope for your scanning or reporting task. One of the biggest advantages to using asset tags comes from the various dynamic rule engines, which allow an asset tag to dynamically change and automatically update, along with the changes made to its host system. When information collected from any host matches a rule that you've created, the rule's associated tag will be assigned to the host. We'll take a closer look at designing and building asset tags in the asset tag video that follows. Thank you for watching this Qualys training video.